Hey, before we get to the video, I just wanted to remind everybody I've got a Masters of the Universe fan comic. I've got 6 graphic novels that I've created of a fan comic of He-Man and Masters of the Universe. It's a much more adult kind of Conan the Barbarian take on it. There's violence, there's adult situations, but I think I've put together a pretty fun and interesting story. These are volumes 1, 2, and 3, and I have volumes 4, 5, and 6 as well. If you're interested, hit me up. Also, I have a sketchbook, just black and white figure drawings, female figures. You know it's the good stuff. If you're interested in something like this, I've got copies of this as well. Hit me up, and for Christmas, holidays, or just if you like art, or you just want to put money in my pocket because you like me. That would be awesome. Anyway, that's all I've got. On to the video.
Hey, so thanks for joining me. As a guy who made a He-Man fan comic, 6 graphic novels, and spent years of my life crafting my own kind of unique one-off fan comic story about He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, I thought that I could weigh in and just kind of give my thoughts on this new movie that just come out. So, what did I think? I liked it. I didn't love it, but I did like it. It wasn't quite what I was hoping for. I wanted it to be a little bit more serious, and by a little bit, I mean a lot. I wanted it to be a lot more serious. That's just kind of the version that I was kind of looking for personally. Watching the cartoon, it's understandable to look at it, anybody, and go, this whole cartoon was just a cheesy, silly, ridiculous thing. So how can you take and make it serious? And I feel like there's a serious version of this property that you can make. I kind of wanted a movie to be like Lord of the Rings, honestly, with that level of kind of seriousness and adventure and drama, just with technology and robotic creatures and all that type of stuff. That's what I wanted. But I understand that anybody could look at the cartoon and go, there's no way to translate that into something that's serious. And I disagree. I think you could, but that's clearly not the direction that they went with this one. When I made my fan comic, I wanted to do the version of the characters that adult me would want to see. Kid me watching the show, I mean, it was fun and lighthearted, but as a kid, I kind of looked at it and it felt kind of serious and dramatic to a 8-year-old kid. Then you get older and you watch it and you're like, nah, it's not so serious. But in fact, it's actually kind of ridiculous and kind of stupid, honestly. But that's why I made the fan comic that I did. I wanted to see a more serious grown-up take, and that's what you got. But as far as this movie, yeah, I wanted it to be a little more serious, and they leaned into the campiness of the cartoon in a big way that I was not expecting. And so it kind of threw me off. And once I kind of understood it and accepted what they were doing, I'm like, okay, I see where we're going. I see what we're doing. Then I was like, okay, all right. Now I can kind of enjoy it for what it is now that my expectations are properly calibrated, into the movie about 15, 20 minutes. I'm like, okay, all right, this is what we're doing. I thought the designs looked really good. There was a lot of kind of like deep cuts for people who were big fans with the design elements of the stuff. Costumes, backgrounds, settings were like, wow, they really paid attention to all kinds of stuff that if you watch the cartoon and like, the throne that Skeletor sits on in Snake Mountain was almost exactly from the cartoon. Like, it looked exactly correct. It was wild. The outfit that Teela was wearing at the end, where they put her hair up and kind of I don't know what the term is, where she's wearing it up on her head and she's got the little headdress thing on and her little outfit looked almost exactly like the outfit she wore in the cartoon. Just little things like that I was like, okay, that's neat. I like that they're throwing those little things in there. And it kind of had a traditional structure of the hero's journey, and I get it. That's what you kind of need to do. You have to have a human point of view character, which is why they sent the character Adam to Earth, just so he can kind of be like fish out of water kind of story. And we get to sit around and watch him discover the world, and therefore watching him discover the world, we get to discover it with him. I don't know that it was entirely necessary, and the part on Earth at the beginning, it was much shorter than I was expecting it to be, and I'm glad for that. We didn't need to spend that much time there, and I get why they did it, but I don't think we really needed to waste time on Earth. But the character designs, Beastman looked awesome. I mean, he was huge. Like, they made him into a giant monster. He was really cool. Trapjaw looked amazing. Triclops was awesome, though somebody correct me if I'm wrong. The whole point of Triclops is that he has a triclops, or tri-eyes, 3 eyes. Like, his eye didn't spin around. Like, what? That was the whole gag. I kept waiting for him to spin his little head device around from the round to the triangle to whatever other shape he has, and I don't seem to remember him doing that. But that aside, the character designs look really good. I like the guy who played Adam, He-Man, kind of an unknown guy. I thought he fit the role really well. The Sorceress was kind of a waste. Just that she was barely a character and she was barely in it. It was kind of a waste of the actress. Man, Inara Sarah, she's getting up there in age. That's terrible of me to say. I just remember her from Firefly, and I keep forgetting how long ago that show was. But the Sorceress character, she kind of was a nothing. Wish that there could have been more, but I do like they made her the colorful bird that she was in the cartoon. That was all fun. But it was fun. I'm going to take my kids to see it when I have them next weekend. It's had enough action and adventure and drama and humor. I think my kids will be into it. They have no idea who He-Man is, and they don't give a shit. But I think just as something new, here's this crazy adventure. Here's a guy with a sword and monsters with claws and skull faces and stuff like that. I think that they'll be into it. I think that they'll enjoy it. I think the movie was a little long. It could have been trimmed up a little bit. It drags a little bit in the middle. It wasn't horrible, but it took a little bit more time than it needed. I don't know. What more can I say? It was good. It's kind of unfortunate that it's kind of tanking financially, though most people are not surprised by that. But I do like seeing that the audience scores, people seem to be liking it. And a lot of the online movie reviewers that I watch, most of them seem to actually, to their surprise, kind of like it. They're like, yeah, it's kind of stupid, but it's also fun. And there's nothing wrong with fun. And that's what this was. And what more could you ask, really? I mean, I may want the Lord of the Rings version of He-Man. That will never happen except in my stupid fan comic. But it was fun, and it was a good time. And I feel like they made the show earnestly. It worked. Skeletor was like a weird cackling idiot in the cartoon, and they kind of made him into a weird cackling idiot in this movie. I was kind of surprised. It worked. Jared Leto, man, a lot of people seem to have a problem with him. I don't get it. He's been in some movies that haven't done very well, but I don't think it's his fault. But you can't tell that that's Jared Leto in the slightest. Like, it might as well have been just anybody. If there was any performance I feel like didn't work, it's the actress playing Evil Lynn. She was really hamming it up and playing up the campiness of it, which everyone kind of was to a degree, but like the villains specifically were, but I don't think she worked at all. Every time she was on screen and talking, I was like, oh, it's not working. I don't know anything about the actress. If I've ever seen her in anything before, I don't know what it is, but I don't think she worked. Jared Leto struck the perfect balance of scary and dramatic and campy, but she was just kind of awful. But it's fun. It's worth seeing. I wish it would do better. There was a teaser at the end teasing She-Ra being in the next one. It's kind of unfortunate to think that we won't ever get to see that, because that would be awesome to see. Who knows? It's just right now, this is a Sunday on the weekend that the movie's opened, and it's not financially doing very well. So the chances of us getting to see another one, slim to none, probably. They spent $170 million making this movie, and if it's not going to even break even, why would they bother spending more? If they did make another one, they'd give them a significantly smaller budget, and they'd have to get really creative, which could be good. Some movies do really well on a smaller budget because they got to get creative and they got to rely on story, not action sequences. So I don't know. We'll see. It's worth seeing. Go check it out. You can do worse than, don't waste your money going to see fucking Star Wars, Mandalorian, and Grogu. God damn, is Star Wars dead? It's a corpse. Will you bury it, please, and let it go? And let us remember the time when it was good. But He-Man, it was fun. It was fun. So go check it out. And or don't, whatever. This is just my opinion. I thought it was fine, and I actually do look forward to taking my kids to it. Even though I didn't love it, I liked it enough. I'll go see it again. So that's all I've got. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.